Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Leah, and today's video is part of the Domestic Diva DIY monthly challenge. And Sonja has asked us to DIY with pumpkins this month. So here we go. For DIY number 1, I'm making shower curtain ring pumpkins. I picked up these shower curtain rings at Dollar Tree, and they're just clear, so I'll be painting them. The first batch I'm painting with Waverly chalk paint in the color celery, and then the second batch I'll be painting with spray paint in the color white. Now you don't really notice that the back side that was laying down is not painted. I just did one coat over the top and that was good. Now I'm using 2 water bottle caps and I'm going to glue them top to top like so. And then I'm just going to clamp those shower curtain rings onto the caps. You'll see here I'm trying to get that groove that's on the side of the shower curtain ring right onto the lip of that cap on the top, and then the bottom just snaps right in. I was able to get 8 of the 12 rings on these small bottle caps, but if you use some a bit larger you can get more on. When I finished, it looks something like that, and then I'm just going to add some hot glue right in the middle there and pop a tree branch in for a stem. And there you go. Now for the ones I painted celery, I kind of messed up because I clamped them together before painting and I couldn't get them apart, so I had to think of a different way of putting them on the bottle caps. What I did was just lay the bottle caps on my cutting mat, put some glue down the side, and kind of push the shower curtain rings up against the cap into the glue. I had to hold them in place until they cooled off, so that took a whole lot longer than the white ones. Now I was using a tumbling tower block here for a stem, but since the cap was all the way onto my cutting mat, it just went all the way through. So I had to flip it over and put another one of those blocks on the top side. And there's the stem for that. The only thing left to do is a little embellishing. And I'm just going to use some leaf patterned ribbon that I picked up from Dollar Tree. And I tied a simple bow around each one and dovetailed the ends, and that's all it needed. Now for DIY number 2, I'm going to do a pumpkin sign. I'm starting with this large pumpkin from Dollar Tree, thankful and blessed, and I'm going to remove the twine hanger, the raffia, and that metal leaf. I'll be reusing the leaf on the back side. Now here I'm tracing out the pumpkin on some contact paper, and I'm going to cut just inside the lines that I made and stick the contact paper down. And I didn't need to cut out the stem part because I'm going to be painting that differently. So here we go, putting down the contact paper, and it's the dark wood grain. I'm using my Dollar Tree metal chopper to help me smooth that down, make sure I don't have any bubbles in there. And I'm going to lightly brush over in some stripes with my chalk paints. I was hoping that the wood grain would show through and it looked like a bunch of old planks in different colors diagonally, side by side, but really the wood grain didn't show up at all, so I could have done it just on the back of the sign itself. But you don't know till you try, right? Here I'm using the celery color in the Waverly chalk paint. And then I'm also using ivory. And then the last color I use is ballet slipper. And there's a grouping of all the paints that I use on this. The brushed metal from Folk Art I'm going to use on the stem. And then I also have a sign I'm going to attach, and you'll see that in just a minute what I'm putting on the front. While I'm painting this, let me remind you to check out the playlist after this video. I'm sure there'll be a lot of fall inspiration for you. Now I've got this hello sign, and I was just going to paint the word hello and break it off, but I decided to use the whole sign because the colors kind of went together. Last thing I did was make a little light gray satin bow, and I glued on the leaf and the bow, and it is oh so cute. I love these pastel colors. Hello. DIY number 3 is stacked pumpkins. And I'm going to go ahead and do my Halloween pumpkin stacks. I do have some more for fall, but I kind of needed to stack these now so I can be using them now. I'll put up my fall decorations later. Now on the bottom I'm using those styrofoam pumpkins from Dollar Tree. And in the middle I'm using these pumpkins that I picked up at Goodwill for 79 cents each. On the top I'll be using another Dollar Tree pumpkin, and it's the glitter pumpkins with the jack-o'-lantern face. These light up, but I'm not going to be using that feature. I'm just wanting the face at the top. Yeah, I ripped some of the glitter off when I took the stem off the top of that, so I had to stick it back down. The reason I took that stem off is because I liked the one that was on the middle pumpkin better, so I moved it up to the top. There's that one that I'm reusing. Just hot glue and poke it down. And that's how it's looking. But I'm not finished. Now for the second stack, I need the bottom pumpkin to be black. So I'm just going to do one coat of this apple barrel paint in black. It is acrylic and it is matte. I just pour some in the top and work it down on the pumpkin. And normally I would do 2 coats, but I didn't mind the orange showing through a little bit on that. Now the final touches to these pumpkin stacks, I'm going to add some Spanish moss, just a little here and there. It especially needs some in between the top one and the middle one, because that battery candle kind of made it stand up. Now I've got these Dollar Tree signs, spooky greetings, eat, drink, and be scary, and I glued them on the front bottom pumpkin. They're so cute. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up so I'll know you enjoyed it. And if you're not already subscribed, slap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Until next time, bye-bye.